Hello, fighters, survivors, and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. It is Superhero Saturday, and do I have a superhero for you? Here we are on one of my favorite websites. This is livingwithcancer.com. I encourage you to check it out. It's full of all kinds of information and uplifting stories. I love sharing these stories with you. Now, having said that, if you are a superhero, if you have finished your treatment or if you're in treatment and you're feeling very superhero-ish, please let me know. Also, if somebody that you know or somebody in your support team is a superhero to you, please send me a private message and I will get them on the show and we can talk to them. Interview, but more conversational. Interview sounds very formal. It's an interview. It will be fun. It'll be enjoyable, and it's always interesting to hear other people's stories. Even though it's all cancer and we're all fighting the same battle, I'm a survivor thriver now, but I'm still fighting with you guys. Still, those stories are impactful, and we can learn things and grow from other people's stories and find hope. That's what I want to do here on Superhero Saturday, is share hope with you, and these stories are full of that 4-letter word, hope, H-O-P-E. Okay, so this is Kathy's story, Walking Tall. Kathy's been living with cancer since 2013. A sore back was the first sign that something was wrong. Kathy wrote it off as the aches and pains of growing older. That is, until she became physically unable to walk, and she asked her husband to take her to the chiropractor. Okay, so right there, Kathy pulled an Allison, which is, I waited too long. I waited too long to follow up with my doctor, to follow up and schedule a colonoscopy. I waited 7 months. 7 months after I had my first symptoms, or first I had symptoms for, I don't know, 3 months. Then I went to see the doctor, and then after that I waited, I don't know, a couple months to see the gastro doctor, my GI doctor, and then after that I took time to get the colonoscopy, and then I canceled it 3 times. So seriously, don't wait. I could have been a stage 2 instead of stage 3 colon cancer fighter, survivor, thriver. But I just didn't really think that anything was wrong. Like Kathy, I didn't think anything about cancer, especially colon cancer. So listen to your body. There's a message in this. Listen to your body and don't ignore it. Go see the doctor. And if it persists and you feel like there's something wrong, listen to yourself and go to see another doctor. Get another opinion, or ask your doctor for some tests, or don't just sit with it, because we have that internal voice that talks to us all the time. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, that internal voice. So when it comes to your health, it's your body speaking to you, and you must listen. Kathy's chiropractor took one look at her x-ray and told her and her husband to go directly to the emergency room. Yeah, I was in chemo within 10 days. Boom, it happens very fast. After a few tests, Kathy met her future oncologist for the first time, who told her, Kathy, you have stage 4 breast cancer, but you're going to be okay, and we're going to take good care of you. I love that last part. I love it when a doctor says that to us. Everything's going to be all right. I asked my doctor, am I dying? She says, no, it's going to be a tough year, but you're not going to die. That felt good. It felt good to hear. Really, really needed to hear those words. The cancer had spread to Kathy's spine, which was causing her back pain. Kathy was admitted straight from the emergency room to the hospital, where she began radiation and chemotherapy. So that was, I had colon cancer, and then it was in my lymph nodes as well. And that's why I had to have all the surgeries and the chemo, the radiation, like everybody else. You know, we have a similar process. It's just sometimes it's in a different order. But yeah, cancer spreads. It's like a snowball. The more there is, the bigger it gets. It like rolls, and then it spreads. But I think that if I'd gone earlier, I mean, who knows really? But I feel like if I had gone earlier, then I would have been in stage 2 instead of stage 3, and that's a big difference in treatment. And I had a lot of guilt about that because I had children. I have children. They were really young at that time, 4 and 6, and I had a lot of guilt. And I've forgiven myself since then. You gotta forgive yourself. And now I know. And I can do better, and I'm doing better. I listen to my body. Oh, I listen to my body. Okay. She says, my spine healed on its own, without major surgery. I'm amazed every day my body was able to do that. Okay, this is where I constantly preach that you are in partnership with your body. Even if your body has a virus, an infection, a tumor, a blood disease, whatever it is, your body is always working for you. Those are the things that are the enemies that are fighting the good things in your body. So don't be upset with your body. You have to collaborate with your body. You have to be one with your body, your mind, and your soul. But your body, her body healed by itself. I mean, people don't make this stuff up. This happened. So it can happen. You must open your heart and your mind, and you have to believe that it can happen. And I'm not saying like don't do anything. You must do something, but there's always this option. I mean, there's always this outcome. My spine healed on its own without major surgery. I'm amazed every day that my body was able to do that. She was doing chemo and radiation, so that probably helped a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer. Okay, Kathy stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks getting treatment. After that, she went to a rehabilitation center for 5 weeks where she had to learn how to walk again. During her rehabilitation, Kathy's spine specialist recommended a major operation. Her oncologist advised her to wait, recover, and see what happened. Yeah, I think it's just in the nature of surgeons and some doctors to just go straight to surgery, just like to go straight to it. And that could be the case. But you can take time. It's like you have a little bit of time to make a decision. So if you're feeling the pressure of making a decision, just give yourself a little extra time. In most cases, that's okay to have that little extra time. Over the next 8 months at home, Kathy went from a wheelchair to a walker to nothing. Her spine healed on its own, and her cancer stabilized. Oh my gosh, we have to read that again. Over the next 8 months at home, Kathy went from a wheelchair to a walker to nothing. Her spine healed on its own, and her cancer stabilized. Today she walks unassisted. She hasn't felt any discomfort in more than a year and a half. I feel like $1 million. That's what she says. I'll bet you do, Kathy. I'll bet you do. And then there's a picture of Kathy's nephew. Kathy's nephew teaches her to play his favorite game. There's a nice little picture. Kathy's doctor and her staff call her their miracle patient. There are miracles. Many days, Kathy forgets she has stage 4 cancer, but every day she is thankful and pays it forward. Amen to that. Amen to that. Did it say? Yeah, it doesn't say her age. She's a mature woman, and she looks fantastic. It's really amazing. Kathy goes on. I really believe I'm still here because I'm meant to help and encourage people going through the same thing. 100%. I'm with you, Kathy. Today, friends and family of Kathy help connect her with other people with cancer who may be feeling overwhelmed by a diagnosis. Kathy's story is so well known that locals instantly know to call her when someone needs a few words of encouragement. Okay, so that's my community. I get calls all the time. So my friend is diagnosed, or like actually a lot of the people that I've coached through cancer came from my friends. Like, can you talk to them? Or, sometimes it's just mentoring, which is what Kathy's doing. She's mentoring, and of course I do a lot of that as well. But yeah, I am the go-to cancer expert in my group. And I do have a lot of resources, and I do know a lot about it because I've seen my sister go through cancer at a very young age and then relapse, and I've seen the whole thing, what happens to a family. I've seen how parents and siblings react to that, and then I've had cancer, so I've seen all of it. So I do understand a lot, and I'm very grateful that people reach out to me because I just want to give back too. I love giving back. It's my purpose and my passion, and I'm so grateful to be here. And I think we all should be giving back in some way, somewhere, giving back, because giving is a gift you give yourself. Okay, where are we? Kathy is able to reach out to complete strangers, giving them hope when they need it most. Kathy encourages people who are living with cancer to ask for help when they need it. She also stresses the importance of having a great doctor by your side. If you don't love and trust your doctor, find another one. So Kathy and I are exactly on the same path. First of all, it's okay to ask for help. Don't feel like that's a weakness. It's actually a strength, because I did have a hard time asking for help, but I needed help, and I did get help. But for me, it felt like I wasn't strong enough, and it actually means that you're stronger because you realize that you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. So do not fret over that. Everybody needs a little bit of help, and this is your time to focus on you and to ask for help. If you ask for help, you'll be actually helping your family and your loved ones. And your doctors. Yes, you must have a good relationship with your doctors. Don't think that you have to stay with the doctor if you don't have a good relationship, or you don't connect, or they don't have time for you, or whatever it may be. You have options. So find a doctor that you like and work with that doctor. And it's going to be so much more it will go so much smoother, and you'll feel more confident, and you'll feel more safe with a doctor who you know, love, and trust. Yes, I'm talking to strangers every single day. People ask me what I do, I tell them, and then they'll tell me about either their cancer story, their family member's cancer story, or their friend, because everybody knows somebody, unfortunately, who is going through or has gone through cancer. Kathy feels grateful for the oncologist who walked into her room on that fateful day 4 years ago and gave her hope. She knows her doctor's caring and optimism made a difference and helped set the tone for Kathy's own bright outlook. She also credits her extended family and friends for their constant support and love throughout her recovery. 100%. So all of my doctors, I interviewed 7 surgeons, and my first oncologist didn't work out, so I had a second oncologist, and my radiation oncologist, all of them are awesome. Like all of my GI doctor, I have still great relationships with all of them, and I love and adore all of them, and I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful, from the surgeon to the oncologist to the GI to the radiation oncologist. I mean, all of them, even the people who were there for my radiation. You know, the technicians, they were fabulous too. Everybody, I was so lucky. There was a couple. There was one nurse. She had to work on some things, and then there was one doctor who did he did examine me, and that was a very uncomfortable situation. And yeah, I never used him. So we have the choices. We have the choice to pick a doctor that we like, and I love all my doctors. I love them, and I bump into them, you know, and I always choose them. I'm like, I'm your favorite patient. I know I'm your favorite patient, and you're my favorite doctor. And I actually have them in my phone, like my surgeon, I have under Lifesaver, and like I give them all names. And I always, when it's time to thank them, like for Cedars, there's a time that you can thank them for that hospital, or I'll just reach out and just say thank you. Thank you so much. I've just been thinking about you, and I want to thank you. So grateful for your time in taking this oath to be a doctor and to heal people, and you made it. You made it as easy as it could be, and I'm so grateful for your optimism and your support and your hope. Absolutely, 100%. And family and friends, that's huge too. If you do not have a community, if you do not have a support system, please message me, and I will connect you with groups, with nonprofits, with mentoring, lots of things. I have lots and lots and lots of options for you. Nobody needs to go through cancer alone. Nobody should go through cancer alone. And the cancer community is a beautiful community. We want to help. We want to give back. And we would never let anybody go through cancer alone if we knew that was happening. So please don't be shy and reach out. Kathy says, if you can encourage just one person, it's all worth it. 100%. So I started coaching or mentoring people when I was in treatment myself, because helping others always makes me feel better. And I've been like that throughout my life. I like to help, the underdogs, the kids that nobody picked to go on the team, the kids that nobody wanted to play with because they had something like, this one girl, she had epilepsy. Nobody wanted to play with her. Well, I played with her. I picked the kids that nobody wanted on their team. I picked those kids. My dogs are both runts. They're the runts of the litter. I was the first person, like in class, to introduce myself to somebody new, invite them to the lunch table. I don't know. I'm a cheerleader for the underdog. I think I get it from my mom, but I always put myself in somebody else's shoes. Even like from a very young age, I saw that. I'm like, oh, how must that person be feeling? That's how I operate. My feelings are first. That's the first thing that I operate. Like some people work like on, like they're strategists or different ways of looking at things. But my feelings have always affected me in a good way when it comes to other people. And I think that's part of the reason why I love dance so much, and acting and theater, and modeling not so much, because you're just kind of posing literally, but the other is like you're emoting, and you're helping other people feel those emotions. Like, what do you go to a movie for? To feel something, to feel laughter, to feel fear, to feel sad, to like process, to experience watching a storyline and how it plays out and how that affects you. And you know the stories that affect you, and they stay with you forever. Like, I could go as far back as Old Yeller. I don't know. Listen, I'm 53, so if you know Old Yeller, then you remember how traumatic that was, okay? Watching that movie, And Bambi, I'm like, what? I was like traumatized. I never let my children watch Bambi. I didn't. I'm like, no way. Or Old Yeller. It was so hard. It was so difficult. But I remember them, but I also remember the awesome movies, the ones that were, encouraging and exciting, like Flashdance, and Poltergeist was my first really scary movie. Whew, now it's not scary at all if you watch it. Hi, Debbie. Debbie, how are you? Are you still in the hospital? Tell me no. Tell me that you're home. Hello. Hi, honey. Are you better now? Are you feeling better? Debbie had to go into the hospital for dehydration. That's all I know. Maybe there was something else. I hope that she's out. You're not out? You're still in the hospital? We're alive, people. You're home. Yes, she's home. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. Well, I'm just wrapping up this live. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I'm so happy. It's so happy to see that you're at home. I think you just need to, remember we talked about that, and this is something else I want to share with you. Get a lysine drip. If you're going through chemo, get chemo one day. Have a break, and then ask your doctor for a lysine drip. A lysine drip. No, wait. Is it lysine? You're doing good. You're doing good. Wait, no, it's not lysine. Lysine's for cold sore. It's, oh my gosh. It's a hydration. It's like a hydration drip. And it's basically salt. I just can't think of it right now. This is an example of chemo brain. Can you remember what I told you, Debbie? I'm going to look it up. Seriously forgetting. I have a new computer. You're doing good. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, just hang on, guys. I gotta, because when I would get my drip on my third day, I would feel so much better. Debbie. Post event. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Saline. Oh my gosh. Saline. That's basically sodium. Okay. It's a mixture of water and sodium. I mean, I know exactly what it is, but it's basically it's a saline infusion. Okay, so I was saying that. No, I was saying lysine. Lysine is something that you take for cold sores. So if you have cold sores, take lysine. If you are dehydrated, ask them for a saline drip. Saline as in salt. Saline and salt. I don't have to remember it like that. All right. Debbie, tomorrow I'm doing another onboarding. So if you or anybody listening knows somebody that's newly diagnosed, please have them join me at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's about an hour long, and I just go through a lot of points and practices that may be helpful. Well, they're definitely helpful to me. That's why I put this little meetup event together. And you can have questions and we can connect, and I do it every single Sunday. So please come if you are newly diagnosed, even if you're in the middle of your treatment. And if you know anybody, please invite them. You can go to my page, Facebook page, The Cancer Show, and all the information is there. It's right at the top. All right, Debbie, I've been praying for you. I'm so happy that you're home. I will probably see you tomorrow on Facebook. You get some rest. You take care of yourself. And hydrate, right? I'm sure your doctor told you that. And, take care of yourself. Eat good food, healthy food, right? We talked about that. No chili. All right. Daily mantra, everybody. I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole. I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for getting better. It takes work to get better. It's not easy. You got to thank ourselves and thank our body. And one more time. I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole. The thriving starts now. Thanks, everybody.